for those details. Moving on, we have another news coming in. Maldivian President Mohamed Muizzu is set to visit India from October 6 to 10. During his trip, he'll hold talks with Prime Minister Narendra Modi, as stated by the External Affairs Ministry, which emphasized that the visit aims to enhance bilateral cooperation and strengthen ties. The Maldives is a crucial maritime neighbor for India in the Indian Ocean region, playing a key role in the Prime Minister's vision of Sagar, security and growth for all in the region and India's neighborhood first policy. This visit is categorized as state visit, signaling New Delhi's intention to reset the relations after a challenging period. Although this will be Muizzu's first official bilateral visit to India, he previously attended Modi's swearing-in ceremony in June with leaders from 6 other regional countries. Muizzu, who became president in November 2023 following an India Out campaign, has taken steps to reduce the Maldives' dependence on India, including demanding the removal of approximately 85 Indian military personnel deployed in the Indian Ocean to operate 3 aircraft while in India. President Muizzu will also meet with Droupadi Murmu and discuss various bilateral, regional and international issues of mutual interest. So this was the latest that was coming in at this point of time. We have with us my colleague Mehndi Garg on the telecast. Mehndi, now President Muizzu is set to visit Maldivian. He's set to visit India for the first time. What is the key agenda on his amid his state visit?
Well, yes, Priya, the bilateral visit is all set to happen between Maldives and India, because the Maldivian President Mohamed Muizzu is all set to seek a bailout during his visit to India because of the, the crisis, the trouble in the tourist paradise. And it will be Muizzu's first official bilateral visit after he was voted to power late last year following a campaign centered on an India Out policy with promise to reduce Delhi's influence. Since then, ties have been strained between both the countries, but it has been said that this visit indicates that the Maldives can't afford to ignore its giant neighbor. And also, the foreign exchange reserves of the Maldives stood at about $440 million in September, just enough for 1.5 months of imports. And also, last month, global agency Moody's downgraded the Maldives credit rating, saying that default risks have risen materially. And also, an Indian bailout will bolster the country's foreign currency reserves. So that's why the president of Maldives is also coming here for the bilateral relations to get strengthened between both the countries. And also, before visiting India, Muizzu chose to travel to Turkey and China, and his visit to the later in January was seen as a high-profile diplomatic snub to Delhi, as previous Maldivian leaders first visited Delhi after being elected. And in this meet, he will meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and also he will be meeting the President Droupadi Murmu. And notably, it has been said that the visit is a realization of how dependent the Maldives is on India, and also a dependency that no other country will find easy to fill. And the Maldives consists of about 1,200 coral islands and also atolls located in the middle of the Indian Ocean. The archipelago has a population of about 5,20,000 compared to India's 1.4 billion. So as a very small island nation, Delhi and the Maldives have not officially confirmed that a financial package for the Maldives is on the agenda during the visit, but it has been said that it will be part of the discussion. And also, Muizzu also wants a $400 million currency swap deal sought by the Maldives central bank to shore up depleted foreign exchange reserves. And also, the ratings agency Moody's further expressed serious concerns over May's financial situation and also the tourist situation in Maldives right now. So basic discussions will be about these between the President of Maldives and the Prime Minister of India. Yes, Riya.
All right, Mehndi, we have with us Ambassador Suresh Goyal. He's a former diplomat with us on the telecast. Thank you so much for joining us on the telecast, Ambassador Suresh Goyal. Now, as we see, Maldivian President is set to visit India, and he is also going to meet Prime Minister Narendra Modi and President Murmu. But what is this you know, the visit, this bilateral visit comes after a huge strain between the two, between Maldives and India. This visit is a crucial visit and also the first visit after he came into power. What does this mean for the bilateral relations between India and Maldives?
I think it's a very significant visit. And good morning to you first here. It's a very significant visit. You see, the fact is that you may choose your friends, but you can't really choose your neighbors. And Maldives is an important neighbor, not just in terms of continent or typically SAARC, etc., but it's an important maritime neighbor. And the security, Indian security in the maritime neighborhood, it does involve Maldives to a great extent. We do recall that Maldives is also part of the Colombo Security Pact cooperation. Therefore, it's a very important visit. Yes, I agree with you. All the visits we had after Muizzu got elected, and there were his perceptions and what he said and how people saw him. But I think after some time, the realization has set in that in the minds of Maldivian presidents, I think that you cannot really just push India away. You cannot neglect Indian relationship. India is important for their economic security as well as strategic security. Therefore, we have already spoken about the tourism, the swap, the currency swap, debt restructuring and all that. So all the important things on the agenda. But from a point of view also, if you look at our neighborhood, we see slowly change. Bangladesh, Pakistan of course has always been there, Sri Lanka, Myanmar. So I think it's also important for us to really keep our neighborhood strategically secure for India. So keeping all these factors in mind, I'm looking at the visit with great deal of interest to see what actually happens in the conversations here in Delhi. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much for joining us on the telecast, Ambassador Suresh Goyal. We'll slip into a short break. That's a wrap for the bulletin.